Welcome to the channel. One of the areas students miss point on the SAT is unit cycle. I'm going to give you the brief, easy way to understand this concept so that you can answer questions on the SAT without any problem. First, I have 3 questions to illustrate the key concept, and then we talk about the concept. So bear with me. The first question is what? A point A of these coordinates lay on the unit circle. The central angle is at B, and they've given you this as the central angle. They want you to find cos ABC. The angle is still at B. Now, first thing you need to do is to write your coordinate that you've been given. That's the angle, pi over 3, 580 pi over 3. There's a trick, right? This is so big, like to reduce it, you need 2 pi. At the same time, we're using cos. So I need to find 2 pi. But to use 2 pi, always look at the denominator, it's 3. Therefore, reduce it to 6 pi over 3, because 6 over divided by 3 is 2 pi. And then you take the 6 and you divide it by the 580. So you take 580 divided by 6. This will give you 96, but it doesn't go into it completely. You'll be left with remainder 4 if you calculate it. That remainder 4 is now your reduced form. Therefore, 5/8 pi over 3 is 4 pi over 3. Our remainder become our pi. But you have to know this. By the end of this video, you know that pi over 3 is actually 60. And therefore, this is 4 times 60. This is going to give you 240. So our angle is here in the third quadrant, 240. That's all. But remember, in the third quadrant, you subtract 180 from that value to get the reference angle. And this gives you, what, 60. So our 580 pi over 3 is actually 60 degrees. And 60 degrees cos 60 is actually half. But you know that, you got to remember, in the third quadrant, cosine is negative. So your answer is -1/2. This is what the SAT will test you. They want you to remember all the reference angle. This question tests everything about central angle, reference angle, how to reduce it, and then go back to the answer choice. It's testing everything you need to know. Watch this portion multiple times to master it. This is the first one. The second one is the same thing, but different strategy. This is a cosine, but I changed the denominator. Now I'll give you 6. Use the same strategy. Don't worry about it. When they give you, this is the point, it lay on the unit circle. It has a central angle of that. Same thing. So this is the central angle. The same, but the angle is bigger, right? ABC. Now, we have to reduce this. 580 pi over 6. You got to reduce it. Since we have 6, we got to get 2 pi. How can you make 2 pi out of 6? Well, 12 pi over 6 will give me 2 pi. That means I have to divide 580 by what? 12. That's all. You got to develop strategy to be able to find this quickly. If you do that, it becomes easy. And if you divide, you get 48, remainder 4. And then the 4 become what? Your new reduced form. Always go back to your denominator, which is 6. So 580 pi over 6 is actually 4 pi over 6. And if you reduce this further, you get 2 pi over 3. We already know pi over 3 is what? 60. So you have 260 here. This is equal to 120. Then you go back to your unit circle. 120 is here. And we have sine. Sine here is actually positive. And therefore, sine 60 is positive square root of 3 over 2. These are numbers. By the end of this video, you will know them. This is question 2. I hope you mastered them. Now, let's get to the third one. The third one is simplified form. It's the same thing. It's just the same thing. If you're able to reduce this or figure out this, then you can use to answer the first two. The first two are the harder models. These are straightforward. You got to start from here first. So they give you a cosine angle and they said, this is it. What is the cosine? We don't know, but we know 5 pi over 6, same reduction. This is the same thing as 5 pi over 6, right? But I know pi over 6, by the end of this video, you know that this is 30. If this is 30, how is it 30? Look at it. Pi 180. You just multiply by 180. Boom. And then you divide by pi. And this will give you 30. So when you see 6, look at 180 and see how many times 6 can go into it. That's another strategy for this particular portion. I'll show you more of it. If I see 4, how many times 4 can go into 180? 45. Yes, so that's 45 angles. So 4 pi over 4 is 45. The same thing. So you can master them. Therefore, if this is 30, this is what? 150. That's the angle. That angle is in the second quadrant here. Your reference angle is going to be 180 minus 150. And that is what? 30 degrees, right? 30 degrees is our answer. But what they're asking us is cosine. Cosine in the quadrant 2 is negative. Therefore, I know cosine is what? Square root of 3 over 2. And I'm going to have negative sign. And this is your answer. Square root of 3 over 2. But it's a negative sign because we're dealing with cosine. This is what the SAT will test you. What is a unit circle? The unit circle actually is any circle with the center of 0, 0. And you have 1 unit of radius. This is all. That's all you need to pay attention to. Don't worry about it. Every time they give you a question, remember, the center has to be 0, 0. The radius is 1. That makes it a unit circle. Therefore, what does that mean? If that is the case, then every equation should satisfy this. X squared plus y squared is equal to 1. This is what? This equation of a circle, because your center is 0, 0, your h and k are all gone. And this is another most important, based on what I told you. For any angle I give you, or somebody give you any angle, remember you have 2. X and y will be a coordinate, and the cosine will be the x and the sine is the y. Very, very important. No matter what they give you, this is what it's going to be. After that, you got to know these angles. These angles are very, very important. They are basics. You don't have to memorize it, but use it more often, it becomes 0. When you see 0, that means, what did I say? The cosine and the sine. So the cosine of 0 is 1. The cosine of 0 is 0. Cosine of 30 is that. Sine of 30 is that. So all of them meet a certain criteria. You can see, follow that. Cosine of 45 is square root of 2 over 2. And sine of that. So these are all very important. And cosine of 60 is half. And so as you go through all of them, and sine of 60 is square root of 3 over 2. You already know this. They're just making it more annoying in the form of this kind of form. But it's okay. Just know these 5 angles, you're done. You don't have to memorize anything. Cos 90 is 0, and that's right. And sine 90 is 1. And this is all the numbers you know. If you know this, forget about 250, 750, whatever. You can reduce it into this form if you watch this video and know how to reduce them. Then we got to know about the quadrant, because it's very important. Because the SAT only trap you, right? SAT, right? You can have sign, numbers, but the negative and positive, you get the answer wrong. So this is the way I want to remember. Everything here in first quadrant, 0 to 90, everybody is positive. So the angle you're going to get is all positive. Sine is positive, tan is positive, cosine is positive. If you get to 180, you're going to have the sine. sine, which is quadrant 2, is the only thing that is positive. If you get to 180 to 270, we have the tan that is positive. And the cosine is positive in the fourth quadrant, which is between 270 and 360. So this is the way you can remember them. If you know them, when they give you the answer and there's negative and positive, make sure you're dealing with the right quadrant. And you have to compare back and forth radiant and degree. And then you will never go wrong with this. Now, the reference angle, as we use the answer, we use it to answer the question, is very, very important based on the quadrant we talk about. If you are in quadrant 2, right, we usually less than 180. So we are within the 180 range. So it's very important. This is where you are. So the angle you're going to get is less than 180. So you subtract the angle from 180. So if I have 50, the reference angle is 30. It's very important. Like if I have 120 degrees, I say 180 minus 120 degrees, and this is 60 degrees, right? That's my reference angle. If you go to a different quadrant, quadrant 3, in the third quadrant, we have 180 here and 270. The number will be bigger than what? 180. So you subtract 180 from it. Therefore, if I have like 240, I'm going to remove 180 from it. If I have 210, I'm going to take 180 from it. And then you can see this will give you 30 and this give you 60. You continue to do that depending on what you are. If you're in quadrant 4, it's different. Now, it's almost like you have 270, but you are in 360. So if I have 360, you subtract the actual value that you have from 360, right? So this is something I want you to pay attention to. So I have 360 here. If I have 330, I subtract it from it. If I have 300, I subtract it from 360, right? So this is the quadrant that you need to pay attention. And this changes the value, negative but positive. So pay attention to this key concept. That's what I want you to know about it. When it comes to coordinate triangles, it's very important. It's the key. We put all these together to solve the question. So if they give you a point, this, we know that cosine theta is going to be half. And then sine theta is going to be square root of 3 over 2. That's all. That's what you should know. And this is the coordinate. And then if they give you angle, you can calculate it. Like you said, this is straightforward. And this is exactly what I've explained to you. Now, we're going to use that concept to answer this question. Find points lay on a unit circle. They give you x is equal to that. Therefore, you know x will be 4 over 5. I don't know. I'll put b. You may see a recent question like that. They give you a cosine and then they don't give you the y value. They've given you. You just have to use the concept for unit circle. There's two ways of doing it. I said unit circle. That means it satisfies x squared plus y squared is equal to 1. Our x is what? Minus 4 over 5 squared plus y squared. We don't know. It's equal to 1. If you solve it, y is equal to what? So minus 3 over 5. And this is our y coordinate. It depends on whether the value, our reference value will determine whether we're going to have negative or positive. The second way of doing it is use the Pythagorean's theorem. If cosine is minus 4 over 5, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, this is 3, 4, 5 triangle. Therefore, this is 3. And then sine theta is going to be what? 3 over 5, plus or minus, depending on what we're dealing with. It's the same thing. So whichever way you feel comfortable using the unit circle fundamentals, x squared plus y squared is equal to 1, or you just use the Pythagorean's theorem to find the value. If you're giving x or y, you can find it. And this is very helpful when they give you a question and you don't know what to do. Just put it in the numbers. Now, special triangles, you have the values already in your formula, But just know that 40, 40, 45, 45, this is what you're going to have. Cosine, sine, you're going to get this. If it's 30, 60, cosine, sine, this is what you're going to have. So these are very important things that you should have at the back of your mind. This is your baby. I want you to hold it. This make unit circle so easy if you understand it. But it look confusing, but it's not. It's actually not. Pi over 6, I'm just converting it to a degree. Quickly, well, I'm going to put 180 here. And I say, how many times can 6 go into 180? 30. That's all. Therefore, pi over 6. Every time you say 6, put 30 degrees. 45. Pi over 4. You just divide it by 180. You get 45. Same thing. 3 go into 180 60 times, right? And then 2 into 180, 90, and pi is 180. So this is why I was able to do the conversion quickly. I know and I recognize it. You should also be able to convert them like into 2 pi, like we did. If you have pi over 6 and you're dealing with 2 pi, well, you know you're going to be 12 pi over 6. So figure out easy way to convert them, right? So that you can get the same number that you have, basically to give you 2 pi. Like pi over 4, I can say 8 pi over 4 will give me 2 pi. So depending on the question, you can use it. And then this is the biggest that confuses most people, is this period. The sign repeat itself twice. So that's why we use 2 pi for sine and cosine. If it's tan, you use pi. It's half a cycle. So sine repeat itself. So if they give you an angle, that angle plus 2 pi to reduce it. That's why we use 2 pi. This is the way I use the first question. If they give you cosine, the same thing. It repeats every 2 pi. But if it's a tan, it's just pi. So you reduce it by pi. This is all you need for the SAT. I will make a video just doing questions, all questions on unit circles that you may see. Follow for more. If this video helped you, subscribe to the channel and put a little bit of comment. If you have any questions, put it in and I'll solve it for you. Take care of yourself and good luck in your exam.